What is up, YouTube? This is Sam with Soda Exotics coming back at you for a really important topic that needs to be discussed in the reptile hobby. As most of you know, the hobby has grown immensely over social media, especially Facebook. There is groups that have literally thousands, up to like 50,000 people that I've seen. There's probably even bigger groups than that. And with this hobby growing so largely and so quickly comes a huge annoyance, and that is scammers. What's really frustrating to me is that people are literally losing hundreds and thousands of dollars because they are falling for these scams, and it pisses me off so much because there is people, good people out there who are just trying to get their dream animals or even just regular animals, and there's sick people out there that are literally taking money away from other people, which today it just is not a good thing to be having around. So today I'm going to tell you 5 big ways that you could tell that you're being scammed. I'm Sam with Soda Exotics. Stay tuned. Let's go into the first way you can tell that you might possibly be being scammed. Let's say you are messaging somebody on Messenger about inquiring about an animal or whatnot. The first thing I always do, no matter what, is literally click on their profile, go to view profile, and look when they joined the group. You can actually tell what group you're part of when they actually joined it, and a lot of times scammers will relatively be newer people in the group. This isn't the case for everything, and a lot of the stuff I'm going to discuss here today is all kind of like double-edged swords, because you could have a legit looking person with everything that seems actual and real, and they could be a scammer. So you really have to be careful. So with that, you want to look at the profile, look when they join the group, look at their profile picture, look at their headers. If it's usually like a really high quality rare animal, chances are it could be someone that's fake. Another thing to look at for the profile pictures is look if it's an actual person, and then look at another one and it could actually be a complete other different person. Sometimes it's even like a different race or age, which is a huge red flag to me, saying like, oh, this person is obviously fake. You want to check when's the last time they updated their profile picture, because relatively they are more new accounts that are being made. With that, you also want to be careful in terms of if they have mutual friends. Mutual friends is a huge thing because some people will wait. These people are very patient, and they will go and add other people, and you could have up to like 200 mutual friends, which is like what happened to me. I've never been scammed, but I've met scammers who I thought were actual people. So what you really need to do firsthand is just go in depth. If you can, even look up their name on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Check out all their social media websites. See if they have multiple accounts with the same person, same pictures, because that can make it be a little bit more legit. And most scammers don't really go that in depth into it, but it's possible that some do. Oh, we got a little tortoise right here just playing around. Okay, so the second way that you can tell that you might be getting scammed is find out what they're selling. A lot of times, I was actually, a personal story, I was on a Facebook group and I was really just looking up radiated tortoises. And for those of you that don't know, radiated tortoise hatchlings can go for over $1,000. And this person messaged me saying, oh, I have a bunch of different hatchlings of these tortoises and blah, blah, blah. Here is what I have. And they showed me a bunch of pictures, which looked like really high quality photos. And with that, you don't really know if these are stolen off the internet. You can literally Google half of these pictures on the internet and find them right there. So with that, they said that they had these hatchling tortoises, and I actually messaged them saying, hey, do you have pink Amazon river dolphins? And they're like, yes. Let me tell you, these animals are like pink Amazon river dolphins. Do you think that could be in the reptile hobby? And this person's like, yeah, I got them. And so like the good thing to know is that these people are very uneducated. They do not know what they're selling. Half the time they don't even know what these animals are. But there is a chance that they do, which is why you have to be really careful. So if it's an animal that it seems a little bit too good to be true, then you're more than likely getting scammed. Which brings us into our third way to tell that you're getting scammed: the price. A lot of times Animals are expensive. Reptiles are expensive, especially the rare breeds and morphs or animals that are critically endangered or you need certain permits to get. A lot of time these people don't know the prices of these animals and they will sell them super cheap. So something to look up for is that you could probably be getting an animal that's worth over $1,000 and they'll be like, oh, you can have it for $200, $300. They tend to keep it in a really cheap range. So you really got to make sure it is too good of a to be true price, just like the animal. If it's a really rare animal and they're selling it for a couple $100, then it's probably a scam because there's a lot of breeders out there that work really hard to breed these animals and make sure they're healthy, and it takes a lot of time, money, and dedication. So they will not sell them cheap. If you're getting a animal for that cheap, it's more than likely a hoax. You don't want to be paying, no one wants to be paying $1,000 or more for an animal, but if you spend the money for a good animal rather than spend the money for a cheap animal in the first place, that should be an idea in your mind, is that these animals do not go for very cheap and these scammers will oftentimes price it very cheap. So let's go into the fourth reason why you could possibly be getting scammed and what to do to make sure if you are or aren't. And that is to ask around. A lot of people, especially breeders, will have reviews and other people they've sold to. And what you want to do is ask other people in the group, literally ask them if they've ever gotten an animal for this person just in the group itself, because a lot of people say they have, and a lot of times people will let you know if it sounds like a scam. The downside to this is that there is a lot of scammers out there that actually have Facebook pages and profiles where they have animals and they will have fake reviews and likes, which is scary because scammers work together. A lot of times they work alone, they can work together, it's hard to tell. And with the Facebook groups and all that being so new into the hobby, more or less the last couple of years, it's really difficult to distinguish who's legit and who's not. So you really need to just ask a bunch of people if they've ever gotten an animal for this person. Look at the reviews and tie that into stalking them because they might have a YouTube channel or a page. So a tip for breeders is to actually take your logo and add it in the pictures with your animals. This doesn't do a huge thing, but it helps. It does help, and a little bit can go a long way in the sense that I put pictures of my logo with every single one of my animals because I know if someone searches up Soda's Exotics on either types of social media platforms, then they will see my logo. And if they see someone trying to copy me with a weird looking account, then it's more than likely a fake. So adding your logo to your pictures of the animals that you're selling is a great idea for a lot of breeders to do, and I highly suggest that some of you do it too. But let's go to the fifth and easily probably the biggest red flag to look out for, and that is a lot of scammers will not be located where you are. And with that saying, let's say you're in a specific area such as where I'm in Knoxville, scammers will actually be like, oh, I can ship this animal to you no problem once you pay this half deposit. You're going to pay a deposit for an animal for them to ship it to you when they're in a specific city, that supposedly a specific city. They will tell you that they're in a different state or maybe a different province if you're in Europe or something, or Canada. I don't know how that all works, but the biggest thing to look out for is if they are telling you they're going to ship it to you. I would just automatically say no right there. Save yourself the hassle. I don't care how cool this animal is to you. There is more animals out there, and I'd rather you save your time and money now or drive a little bit to meet someone that may not show up than spend hundreds of dollars for an animal you will never get. And it's just helping these people continue their job. And it's so unfortunate. It really is that there's people, not even in the reptile hobby, but just the world in general, getting scammed of hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's literally YouTube channels with people who are saving them, and I love to watch these because it's so unfortunate. It is the most unfortunate thing that I've ever seen, that people need to scam people out of their money. So definitely take a look and see if they will meet you. If they aren't willing to meet you and they say they'll ship it and you can put some money down and they'll ship it and send you the info, just don't do it. Do yourself a favor and just don't do it. Follow all those steps and see if you can identify this person as a fake or a real. And if you are trustworthy of it, then do it. But just please, please be careful. Do not be like the other people who have lost money, because it sucks and it makes me so angry. And I wish I could help everybody, but I can't. But the best thing we can do is spread the word on how to do it. This also goes just for other animal groups as well. This isn't just reptiles. This goes for just rehoming groups for cats and dogs all over the US. I found scammers in there. and just all types of different groups. There are scammers literally everywhere, and they seem like legit people. Just please do your research. Please look into it. So let me know what you think of this video. There is a couple of the little things that I try to jump in and throw in there, but those are like the 5 biggest things you can do. And I'm telling you, if you follow those 5 things, you will save yourself a heap of trouble. Help your friends out, help the community out. Please share this video, comment, like, and subscribe if you can. If you've been scammed, let me know what you did and what happened to you and things you might look out for now, because this is such a big issue and I really want it to stop. I want this hobby to thrive, and it's already so fragile as it is, just because ourselves included, we can't agree on husbandry needs or feeding needs or just even lighting needs and all that stuff. Everyone is so divided in the hobby, and not to mention the politics that are just trying to end it in general, or the groups that are just trying to end this hobby for us in general. So we don't need any more problems than there already are. So do yourself a favor and just make sure you're okay. Don't spend money and don't give any money until you're 100% sure that this person is legit, or if you can possibly meet up with them. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said, please like, comment, subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it means the absolute world to me. And we will see you next time.